Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing fine this afternoon. Whew. So, I don't know about you, but there's a lot of this eclipsing stuff going on. There's some tug of war happening with the mental body. I'm certain I'm not the only one happening. This is happening to. It's like I really do believe we're getting really close to 0 point because this willingness to be patient with others and the absolute willingness and being certain and okay with cutting them off is like right up next to each other, and it doesn't take much, even just a boom to cut it off, and it's like and same with the thoughts. It's like on the one hand, I admire the skillful will, of this collective, of the multiverse, throughout the many layers and realms and regions of these living bodies that we inhabit. So, anyhow, it's like a big jigsaw puzzle of all of this beautiful energy coming together. And it's reflowing into the places and spaces where it belongs. And so the mental body is being shifted and played with right now because the high vibrational beings, like they're being made to be angry, being made to be rejecting toward the opposite sex or toward anybody at all, to like go into solitude and not share thy essence, and to have this sort of a adamant refusal to participate. But all of that is this mental intrusion to to try desperately to keep the divine beings, the chosen ones, if you will, what everybody's calling them, the light bearers, from coming together and bearing children. So right now, the mental body of the chosen, if you wish to call them that, is being toyed with, and you may be experiencing fluctuations of angriness. You may be short tempered or simply not have the patience to entertain somebody who feels that they have the right to come and expect you to entertain them. And what once and what normally and typically is that of acceptance and caring and sharing and warmth, maybe even, and a gentleness, could turn into a Queen of Swords real quick. And I think maybe that's happening, and that maybe that release is what is needed in these present moments. And maybe that's part of what this eclipse is all about, for people to actually come forward and allow the subtleties of the truth of who they are to present themselves, so that we can then shift um, regarding that somehow. Anyhow, we're going to get right into the read and see what Spirit has for you and for me, and we'll see what kind of fascinating details Spirit wants to flip out in these cards. Thank you for being here, everybody. I hope I didn't turn you off with that opening statement. I really have no recollection of what I said. So, anyhow, speaking from the heart does that. Three of Swords in the upright. So there's a heartbreak. There's a divorce. Somebody's betrayed somebody. They were disloyal. Emotional pain. Challenged by the Empress. The Empress, who is all about good parenting and fertility and nurturing the feminine, the mother. Being kind to herself and investing in self-care. What, somebody's having grief because the Empress is taking care of herself? In the subconscious, we've got the Two of Swords in the upright. So there's a stagnation. Somebody may be at a crossroads, weighing their options. They've been divorced or cut off somehow in the recent past. We've got the Eight of Wands. So it was a swift change. Happened swiftly. Intentions and expectations. We got the Four of Wands in the reverse. So there's home conflict. There could be a transience, like maybe somebody got kicked out. Somebody got kicked out. Home conflict. In the near future, we've got the Three of Pentacles in the upright. So there is a teamwork, a collaboration, somebody working for long-term rewards. The lens is being looked through. We've got the Star in reversed. Somebody's in despair and disconnection. Divorce, disconnection. So they're working with a team, collaborating against the Star. Or maybe they're just insecurity. They've been disconnected from the Star. In the environment, we've got strength. So there's courage and subtle power. Somebody's strength is pulling them through, or somebody's standing strong. Hope and fear. We've got the Page of Cups in the upright. Somebody wants to make a love offer. It could be one of these Three of Pentacles, collaborating, trying to get a reward because they've been disconnected. And the outcome is the Two of Pentacles reversed. So there's frustration, somebody overcommitted, they're out of balance and disorganized, they gambled, behaved recklessly. Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So there may be a desire for reconciliation to restore balance and harmony with an earth angel, perhaps. This Sun, a rebirth of vitality and a reason to celebrate. Yeah, so the reconciliation restores balance and harmony, possibly for an earth angel or earth angels. Yeah, a rebirth, all is well. Celebrate, celebrate, dance to the music. I heard him eating something. He's eating his morning snack. He didn't finish it this morning. Had to make sure he wasn't being naughty. Neglected. So we got a 3 of Swords here. Disloyalty, neglect. I failed to give you what you needed. So there's a divorce challenged by this Empress here. She's like abundant, escape. They're challenged because they want to escape this Empress? What? Or they're challenged because this Empress escaped. Whoa. They're challenged because the Empress escaped. Holy moly. So you got the 2 of Swords. There's difficult decisions. Somebody could be at a crossroads. They don't know what to do. They've been detached. Very swiftly here. In the recent past, there was a quick decisions made in the recent past. Oh. Regarding a commitment with somebody that the love is always there despite the distance. So there's a commitment. There's an inseparable commitment here in the recent past. And then you've also got habits here. So there's a swift change. I think these people came together, whoever this inseparable commitment is, that came together. So that's a swift change. And then you've got somebody here who's got habits and they don't think they're ever going to be able to change that. And then you've got here the 4 of Wands in the reverse. So it's like this person who has habits was expecting to cause conflict and separation for these people that are coming together, this inseparable commitment that's creating a swift change. So somebody with habits is here and there's home conflict. That was their intention, or maybe that's happening to them. Maybe they were intending that for this couple, but it like backfired and maybe they got kicked out of the house or something. Unworthy. That takes me back to that eclipse magic and the mental magic. They're doing something with the mental bodies of these people. They want them to believe that this inseparable commitment that's coming up and happening very quickly, they want the people's mental body, they want them to think that they're unworthy, to reject them. And it's happening in the mental body right now. This eclipse magic is pretty potent. So you may be having some kind of a negative thought process going regarding not relationship but partnership, divine union. I mean, the previous cycle, you may be old like me and you may have had unsavory situations which simply don't hold any value, and so you may not be that thrilled about it. But at the same time, these are divine kingdom unions. But somebody wants you to think that because you've been involved with people who have bad habits and who never change and who maybe were unworthy of having a relationship with you or a partnership with you, that somebody wants you to remember the pain of that and the upset of that, and they want you to apply that emotional status to Your inseparable union, which is coming up quickly. In fact, this all may have already happened in the ethers, but here in the 3D, like your waking mental mind may be receiving some pings, if you will. And it could very well be this group of people right here that are doing that because they got detached and they got disconnected from this star because she was too strong, or this empress was too strong. She escaped. She escaped whatever they had going on. Wow. She escaped and she's coming into this inseparable commitment, so they're messing with their minds still. And this group here, these Three of Pentacles, are making mistakes. They're working for rewards, but they're making mistakes. They're making mistakes. They got disconnected from this star, or maybe they're just discouraged. They're in despair. And they're overwhelmed. Or stressed out. And it says the stress from this is draining me. So their energy is depleting. They're disconnected from this star. They're not getting a renewal. There's strength here in the environment, which I think is this Empress here. Somebody feels broken over the strength of this person. They feel shattered over somebody's strength. They feel shattered over this Empress's strength. Hope and fear. There's a Page of Cups here, wanting to offer new love. There's unappreciated. So they feel like you don't care, but they feel unappreciated. I felt like you didn't care. Somebody's broken here. So this page is coming forward with a love offer. Maybe you didn't accept, and they feel like you didn't care. So everybody's all broken. And then you got this Two of Pentacles. Somebody overcommitted. They thought they were going to be able to get this star. But the Empress, she escaped. She escaped. And she's in this inseparable commitment. Yeah, so they're frustrated and reckless. Their values were all about money. They overcommitted. They're disorganized. They took a gamble, and now they're overwhelmed. People are gossiping about this. They're holding back. They feel like they're holding back. They sabotage their soul contract. And now they're running away because they're dishonest. Wow. They took an understanding person and now they're in regret because whatever they did to this person who had understanding was an unexpected outcome, and now they're chasing and they're guilty. And they're guilty over sabotaging that soul contract, that responsibilities, and it's too late to take any action. The truth is going to be revealed. Wow. They sabotaged their soul contract with this Empress, and she was able to escape. And I wouldn't blame her if she didn't want to get into another soul contract, if somebody tried to take her out and she was able to escape. I mean, why would she want to put her essence, her vitality into the hands of somebody else when the last person didn't protect her? Instead, he tried to take her out with all of his friends. Wow. So there was big betrayal of this main female. They didn't give her what she needed. She was confused. They neglected her. heartbreak, suffering, betrayal, disloyalty, emotional pain, grief, suffering, sorrow. And she survived. She escaped. No message of concern. There was no message. She didn't get a message. Somebody didn't give her a message. There's indecisiveness and detached. Somebody doesn't know what to do now because they've been detached. There's a divorce here. They neglected her. This empress, she escaped them. So there's a divorce. They don't know what to do. They've been detached. They're at a crossroads. They're not high honor. Wealthy man. Wealthy man, not high honor. He betrayed a soul contract with this main female. He has habits. And very swiftly, there's been a change. There's an inseparable love and a commitment. Or maybe that was the past, this commitment. I don't know. Let's check it out. Family room in the reverse. Family room. She wasn't ever included. They booted her out. Maybe they told her she was unworthy. They told her she was unworthy and they kicked her out. They're in despair now because they're in bad health. They could be homeless and feeling unworthy. Because what they wanted her in despair and in bad health. They wanted her homeless. And what you put out there, you get back, right? That's what's happening right now. Everything's being reversed. It's weird. So you got this group of people here that are working for something, and they're making mistakes. They're making mistakes, getting inside this woman's thoughts, trying to get into her head, or thinking about her, or doing something. They're doing something with this woman. They're making mistakes. They've been disconnected from this star. They're overwhelmed. This false person is overwhelmed. There's a courtship here. They've been disconnected. There's a courtship here, and they're overwhelmed because this false person has been disconnected. So yes, there is a courtship here. Okay, so now it's making sense. Okay, so there is an inseparable commitment here. It happened very quickly in the recent past. This could be in the ethers. Whoever this person is, they sabotaged the soul contract with this main female, and she escaped. She escaped. She's done with that, and now she's into a new commitment with somebody else. These ones, they got bad habits. They're not welcome in the family room, or they don't want anybody to know about what happened in the family room, or what they did in the family room failed. They've been found unworthy. They got a 4 of Wands in the reverse, so there's home conflict, there's transience. Or maybe this is what they were hoping for, this union, this courtship, but they're in bad health. They're in despair because whatever it was, it backfired. They're all up in their thoughts regarding this courtship. This false person is overwhelmed because they've been disconnected. Where'd that star? Oh, yeah, because they've been disconnected from the star. Who was too strong. They're broken about this. Yeah, somebody's broken about this because she's not seen as the privileged lady. She's not the privileged lady. The actual privileged lady was too strong. The actual empress escaped. She survived. And she's here in the environment. And this person, it's obvious, is not the privileged lady. She's not the empress. And she feels broken about it. The actual empress was too strong. She survived. You got this page of cups wanting to come in with a new love or some kind of possibility, feeling unappreciated. An official person is there. You've got Two of Pentacles, so there's recklessness, frustration. The values were all about money. They overcommitted. They overcommitted. This person thought that they were going to be able to fake their way as the empress, but the empress, the actual empress, survived and escaped. And now they're broken because this Page of Cups came in with the new love and she's like, nah, no. And he feels all unappreciated. And this broken woman here feels all shattered because everybody can see she's not the privileged lady. They're in the courthouse over this unexpected income. Their values were all about money and they behaved very recklessly. They overcommitted themselves and they're disorganized. They're overwhelmed now. They took a gamble. They're in the court over this money. It was all about money. They attempted to destroy and bury this empress so that they could pretend to be this empress so that they could inherit her abundance through this marriage. And now they're facing imprisonment. So this wealthy man married somebody and then booted her out, told her she was unworthy, neglected her, or maybe he just neglected her and tried to bury her, man. She was able to escape. They were envious of her wealth, of her star qualities. They wanted to flip this star. This empress. From the get-go, that was their plan, man. Now they're full of doubt. They're upset. They're confused. They don't know what to do. They're being separated from this person. They neglected her. She was able to escape. Somebody didn't get a message of concern. Envy. Again, it came out in envy. They're envious of this person. They were hiding messages of concern. They could have been lying about a message of concern. Yeah, this empress escaped, man. They may feel like they need to escape now. They don't know what to do. They're being detached. They've been found. They're not high honor. They may be at a crossroads. This wealthy man. Everything happens in divine order. Patience. Everything happens in divine order. Patience, that the one thing, man, that is the most important thing. One of the most important things. So somebody's got habits. They're doing stuff in a family room they don't want people to know about. There's blame here in the reverse. I accept responsibility for my well-being, but it came out in the reverse. So somebody's not accepting responsibility for their own well-being. They get into commitments and then they kick out that person and neglect them and then do that. Bury them, get somebody else to pretend to be them, and then inherit the wealth. Wow. But the Empress was too strong. She's balanced. And these people are unworthy and they're getting denied. That's what they wanted for her. They wanted her to be seen as unworthy and to get denied. They wanted her buried. They didn't even want her to be seen. They wanted her to be seen as though she was like unworthy. They wanted her sick, homeless, in despair, unworthy, in habits. They wanted her to vilify this person so that this other person could step in and say, oh, well, I'm the next best thing. But it was all a plan, man. And they're still working on it. They're still trying to tap into her thoughts. It's still happening, which is why I'm saying, all of you might be feeling some kind of a weird mental thing regarding relationship or partnerships, because these people are really pissed off that this empress survived and that she's visible and that there's a commitment here and that this person is not a privilege. They faked it and they weren't able to make it because this empress is too damn strong. Wow, man. They weren't able to take her out. They weren't able to unalive her. That was their long-term goals. Here in the near future, you got them in their thoughts about this woman. They're making mistakes and they're not able to unalive her. It failed. Maybe that's this solar eclipse energy. It failed. They wanted her all up in her thoughts. Maybe they wanted her to destroy this union here. They wanted her to be seen as unworthy, as though she's like this wackadoodle, whatever, angry. And maybe she is, but that's all their magic failed. Whatever it was, it failed. This false person is overwhelmed. They got disconnected from this star. They freaking failed. They couldn't end this empress. They couldn't stop this courtship, and they couldn't pretend to be her and sneak in there and actually play the role. Play the role. Yeah, here we got indecision again. They don't know what to do. This person feels broken. They're not a privileged lady. They don't know what to do. There's indecision. This empress was too strong, and her self-esteem is healthy. She has gifts of the soul that benefit her and others. This person feels broken about it. They don't know what to do now. There's a page here, wants to offer love, but it's like they're not feeling appreciated. There's an official person here. Asking for forgiveness or whatever. Somebody's happy. Maybe there's a page of cups here. He's all happy. He wants to offer new love. Excuse me. And it could be that there's an official person here who is asking for forgiveness. I felt like you didn't care, maybe is what he's saying. And there's a judgment here. So somebody's under judgment. You got Two of Pentacles. Somebody overcommitted regarding unexpected income. They didn't pull it off. They didn't trick everybody in the courthouse that she wasn't able to trick everybody in the courthouse that she was this empress and she did not get the money. It was all about the money. She wanted this money and they overcommitted, and now what kind of the stuff is she bound to? I don't know, man, but it failed in the court. It didn't work out. Yeah, this empress gained her freedom. She has her freedom. She was able to escape. And now they have to surrender their need to control her finances and to control her. Wow, man. They're guilty of trying to take her out and take her place so that they could have her unexpected income. They got busted. They're busted. They were envious of this empress, and so they tried to she was a star, and they tried to take her out. and put a fake in with her divine counterpart. But they made mistakes and they couldn't take her out. Wow, man. What a bunch of phony balonies. Thought. And it came out in reverse. They didn't think. They didn't think about it. They just did it. And she's not thinking about them anymore. She's like, man, you are so far out of my thoughts. I don't even care two bits about you. She survived their envy. There's a message of concern and release. In reverse and escape. So, and love. They never loved her. He was a dark priest. He was a dark priest. Whoa, man. He was a dark priest. He sacrificed this empress star. Now he doesn't know what to do. He's been detached. He's been found to be, he's not high honor. He's got to make decisions now. Everything happens to divine order. We got servant here. Blame. They are not accepting responsibility for their own well-being. They're doing shady things in a family room. They got habits that they don't think they can ever change. This Empress is in, and her counterpart, they're inseparable. They've already got a commitment. There's going to be a swift change here. They're in balance. They're balanced. There's a letter here. A swift change. Air travel. Something's going to happen. Intention and expectation. So the intention for this wealthy man, well, he didn't expect that this Empress was going to survive. He didn't think she was going to show up. He didn't think that this was going to be a problem. So his intention and expectation was to get this unexpected income, was to marry off this privileged lady to this divine counterpart of this Empress in this reunion, and to get the fortune through her. Merchant in the reverse. They couldn't sell it. They couldn't pull it off. Nobody bought it. Nobody bought it. Nobody bought the fraudulent story. Nobody believed it. They're in bad health now. They're in transience. They may have got kicked out of the house. They've been found unworthy. They've been denied. They're in despair. There's wife on the bottom of the deck. It could be that their wife booted them out of the house. With this Four of Wands in the reverse. They made mistakes messing with this Empress's mind. And they did it for long-term rewards. They've been at this for a long, long time. And they made mistakes. They couldn't put an end to her. Or her courtship. Yeah, and it was all about the money. They wanted the money. They didn't give a crap about this Empress star. They just wanted her money, her status. So you got this courtship here. They failed. They're overwhelmed. They've been disconnected from this star. They're false people. It's been discovered that they're false people. Yeah. And they're not so haughty now. They've been knocked off their rocker or their high horse. They failed. Are you licking that? So, okay, so she's broken. She's not the privileged lady. She's a privileged lady in the reverse. She wasn't able to pull it off. Nobody believed it. And this could be in the astral here. You know, there is a commitment and they're inseparable. And what happened here was that nobody pulled it off. They couldn't pull it off. They couldn't sell the story. Now they got habits. They're in bad health. They're homeless. They're in despair. There's an old woman here. Conversation. People are talking about it. People are gossiping. Somebody's getting a messenger. Somebody's getting a message. And there's hope. So there's hope. So somebody's getting a message and there's hope. It could just be that there's hope because this Empress was too strong. She's here. And there is hope because she possessed gifts of the soul that benefit herself and others. And these ones weren't able to bury her. They weren't able to take her out simply so that they could have her title and wealth. They couldn't destroy the gifts of the soul that benefit her and others. People are talking. They're under judgment. They didn't appreciate her. This official person is asking for forgiveness. There's a page here who's all happy. Oh, somebody's a widower. An official person asking for forgiveness. There might be a widower. They're under judgment. The Empress gained her freedom and is coming into an unexpected income. These ones need to surrender their need to control this. Their values were all about money. They overcommitted themselves. They're disorganized and they are overwhelmed now because it's been found out in the courthouse that they gambled. They gambled with this Empress's life for money. And now they're in despair. Only because they got caught. Lover. Lover on the bottom of the deck. Lord. Lord. Lover. Maybe the Lord, the Lord is here. And he loves his family. This thief came after this fortune because they're a bunch of pleasure seekers and they like to give toasts and stuff, but they're a bunch of false people hiding behind their scholarly diplomas and wall decorations, They're getting a surprise. They're getting a surprise. This enemy is. The wedding's taking place and it is faithful. This old woman is going to be suffering a malady, maybe making a journey. Huh. There's a room here, or there's room being made. There's room being made for a young woman to be a wife. She's a gift, and she's waiting for this house. A friend is suffering a misfortune. Something about constancy. Consistently going to the doctor? What kind of doctor? Whatever kind of doctor. Which doctor? I don't know, but we got fire. So a friend is suffering a misfortune for constantly going to the doctor, whatever kind of doctor that is, and they were really happy about it. Or maybe you're going to be really happy because a child is going to be born to this sweetheart once this reunion happens. Oh. Aww. Yeah. Yeah, so watch your thoughts, man, and just remember anything that doesn't normally sound like you. Remember, we just had an eclipse, and there's been some big stuff going on. La di da, la di da, la di da. Thoughts. This main female, she's like, she's not thinking about this at all. Maybe she never was. They neglected to give her what she needed. There's a divorce here. There's doubt. They're full of doubt. They're full of doubt because even though they didn't give her what she needed, and they never thought about her. They didn't think about her at all. She was in danger. They put her in danger, and they released the need to know anything about her. And now they're heartbroken because a divorce is happening. They're confused. It's like, what? And it's like, yeah, man. This person you didn't love, Dark Priest. Yeah, this Empress, she lived. She was able to escape whatever sacrifice and agreement you had made because you envied her. They're afraid. They're confused. They're upset. They betrayed this person, and now they may be feeling like they're in danger. They may be full of doubt. They're afraid. They're challenged because they're afraid over what they did to her because she escaped. She survived, and now they're frightened. It's like, oh crap. What now? Now everybody knows what they did to her. They're overwhelmed by these obligations caused by this illusion, this fantasy. They and their whole network came together on over a fantasy, trying to make this woman homeless or trying to keep her down. They're overloaded, facing homelessness. Perhaps they're frightened. They don't know what to do. They're being detached. They've been found to not be high honor. Something about a servant. Curse. Everything in divine order. You're at a crossroads. There was a curse. They cursed her. They cursed her. And it looked everything in divine order. So the divine is here. The divine servant. Ew. Some kind of servant. Somebody's suffering a loss. They cursed this Empress, man. She was able to escape the curse of this dark priest. They were wearing masks, trying to be her. Huh. They refused to accept responsibility for their own well-being. They were trying to pretend to be her and get her reward. Steal her fate. This is also in the recent past. There's an inseparable commitment. So whoever it is knows who she is. There's balance here. These mask wearers are, she earned merit. She earned merit. These mask wearers didn't earn merit. They just worked really hard at pretending to be her. And, they didn't actually do the work. So, except for pretending to be her. So that's just weird. And I suppose if you're going to be looking into anybody, you would want to look into that, like the life story, the life history. What were the experiences of this individual versus that individual? And then you would know, okay, who actually did the work, right? They weren't able to steal the blessings of this person. They weren't able to sell their story with the merchant card here in the reverse. They're in bad health. There is a home conflict. There could be transience, a homelessness. They've been denied. They've been found unworthy. They're in despair. They weren't able to cause a death for this Empress. So, and they wanted her money. They made mistakes. They played with her head, all up in her thoughts. They're still doing that here in the near future. Or maybe this is a past, present, future, whatever. Put it where it goes. And they were doing this for long-term rewards, which means they have been doing this for a very long time. And they wanted long-term rewards. So this is, who knows how long this has been going on, man. Eternal love. Yeah, we got courtship here in the environment. Eternal love. The commitment's already here. The inseparable commitment is already here. So she's already received her reunion. She's come into a new contract. Because the old one cursed her. So she's got eternal love here. So, and this is why they're pinging the mind right now. They're trying desperately to turn her off to her eternal love. They want her stressed out regarding love because they're stressed out. They want her to feel what they're feeling. They want her to reject hard. No, no, be stressed out. Say no. They're all up in their pride and they're trying so desperately to cause stress and to keep her separated from this person because it's coming. They're coming up. They got the keys there. They got the real estate there. They got the mega project going on. Yeah, there's a kindness and a mercy and oh look, and a family. It's going to happen. It's coming together. And these ones are going to lose. Big time. They're going to lose. Once they come together, they're losing. Oh, goodness gracious. They're losing their indulgent lifestyle and they're gaining a nightmare. Wow. And they're overloaded because they're facing homelessness. Wow. Okay. With that, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this one. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.